Good morning, everyone. It's 7:47. I just woke up and I scroll through all my various social media accounts to see if anything new has happened in the lives of people that I know, any news events. That's how I get my news off social media. Say what you want, I don't care. And as I'm scrolling, I see an article done by People magazine that I'm going to share with you in a moment, where Cynthia Erivo was being interviewed by Dax Shepard, and he asked her if her nails, she famously has perfectly manicured, long, beautiful nails. He asked her if she has trouble wiping herself when she goes to the restroom. On the article that I'm going to show you, you will also see her response to his idiotic question. Pause to read. So her response was basically, there's people who don't have nails as long as mine who have trouble wiping, which, yes, I have met people throughout my life who don't have nails, who have questionable hygiene habits. Let's talk about this for a second. There are certain beauty trends, fashion statements that are okay on white women, but they're ratchet and ghetto, and nobody can understand why we, like this certain thing on black women. Let's talk about weaves and wigs. I have had a mix of friends, some of them white. They be getting clip-ins, wigs, extensions of all kinds, more than my black friends. Yet time and time again, I will see mostly black men in the comments of black women accusing them of having wigs and weaves. And if they do, oh, there's another black woman being fake. And then you have white people who are comfortable enough to walk up to any given black person and ask, is your hair real? My hair isn't even that long, and I have had people throughout my life who I have checked who have asked me if my hair was real, because apparently there's this myth that all black people can't grow their hair, and all black people, if their hair doesn't fit a certain stereotype, it's not theirs. White women get manicures, pedicures. Some of them have long nails, longer than mine. If a black woman does it, like I said, it's ghetto, ratchet. How do you clean your ass? I was putting somebody's contact information in my phone, networking, and you get to know certain people. And for some odd reason, I couldn't properly type her name. In that moment, the reason I couldn't do it is because I was rushing, I was overstimulated, there was a lot going on, and I'm trying to focus. So I go, oh my goodness, I can't type your name. And she goes, ugh, it's because of those nails. So I said, never mind, I don't need to. And then I walked away. And not that it's anybody's business, but my whole area down there, so clean you can eat off of it. Ask my man. But anyway, I digress. But, white people are way too comfortable. Okay, let's go back. Let's go way back. Back to the days of slavery. They literally put black people in cages as exhibits at local zoos. So you could come, you could touch our hair, you could touch our bodies, you could throw food at us like we're animals. They did it to black children as well. They used to feed us to alligators, use us as bait. Some of you evil motherfuckers used to actually literally eat black people. They used our skin as furniture. They used our hair to stuff jackets and to stuff furniture. They used our teeth as dentures. They treated their farm animals better than they treated us. And since racism is white culture, period, passed down from generation to generation, y'all still think that you have a right to touch our hair, touch our bodies, ask us inappropriate questions, and treat your fucking dogs better than you treat us. I have seen so many articles over the last several years, over my entire life, where an animal was abused. And then I see an article of a black person who was harmed, a hate crime committed against them, life taken, and the article about the animal gets more sympathy, more likes, more views, more shares. People are in tears in the comment section. But when it comes to the black person, well, they should have complied. I wonder what they did. Well, treating us like we're not humans is something that still goes on to this day. And on one of my mutuals pages, I literally stopped and the breath was knocked out of my lungs. There was a fourth grade black boy who was hung in a bathroom by his white classmate. Racism as early as fourth grade. And the teacher ignored all the red flags, just saying the boys were rough housing. So our fear, our concerns, our worries, disregarded. It's not that serious. Also, let's think back to 30s, 40s, 50s. Getting spa treatments, getting your hair done, getting your nails done, was mostly what rich white women did. And they didn't even have to be rich. And they could sit back and, look cute and be a housewife. That's why a lot of them were driven into depression and had to medicate themselves and had to become alcoholic. And became alcoholic because they didn't do shit but sit and stare at the four walls of every day. So being able to get your hair, nails done, lashes is something that white people thought that they would be the only ones to do. Because it means, you know what, I'm pampered, I don't have to do much. So racist white people, if you see a black woman with long nails, you assume you can't do much with those. I can't see how you work with those. True things that have been said before to me. That I checked, so you don't have to tell me what you would have said or would have done. Okay, I get it. And it pisses them off to possibly think that a black woman isn't hustling and working. Interesting. How are you afforded time to go to the nail spa to get your hair done? That you shouldn't be given that privilege. So there's also that anger in them that, first of all, you shouldn't even be able to afford something that I can't afford, or you shouldn't even be on my level and be able to do the things that I'm doing. And what are you doing not being productive is the assumption. Now I know somebody white's gonna comment and lie, as y'all do, and gaslight us and say, well, I have a problem when anybody gets their nails done. I have a problem when anybody gets lashes. I have a problem. Okay, Linda, that's why you're racist. You also don't see color, too. I guess you're one of those. If you see a black person with nails or lashes and you immediately get annoyed, you get upset, you get defensive, and you make little racist ass comments like bleach blonde, bad built Marjorie Taylor Greene, who made that offensive joke about Senator Jasmine Crockett's lashes being able to fly in the wind. It's because you have racism that you need to unpack. And the more you sit here and deny it and lie about it, the worse off you're going to get and the faster you're going to age. Have y'all ever noticed that problematic white people age like week-old milk? I mean, I've seen 30-year-olds who look like they have lived through both world wars and the Great Depression. But I digress. But when you do the work and you start healing that generational hate that's been passed down, when you start being honest about who you are at your very core, for some odd reason, y'all be looking good. People have a huge disdain for nails because what they represent. You shouldn't be able to do what I do. You shouldn't be able to afford that. And that must mean you're not this productive black woman running around with a cape on her back thinking she can save the world. How dare you be able to rest? Well, the first step is to mind your fucking business. If somebody wants to have low cut nails, or if I want to have nails that are longer than a 10-foot pole, mind your business. Unless you have to pay for them, or unless you're forced to wear them, what somebody else wears or does with their body is none of your business.